it's the Big Capone BCDT, and we back with another episode, season 3 of the Black Currency Exchange Show. And I love how y'all been showing love to the season so far. Without y'all, shit, it wouldn't be no Black Currency Exchange Network. So I always gotta show my gratitude to y'all. So thank you to everybody that subscribed. Even if you're not subscribed, thank you anyway. But hit the subscribe button. It literally takes a second. You know what I'm saying? But let me revert it back just a little bit, because this season we've been taking it up a little bit and getting a little bit more diverse. So without further ado, I'm gonna let her introduce herself, and then we're gonna get into that talk. So who are you?
I am Unonio. I go by Ashani as well. That's my real name. I am a spiritual advisor, and I also sell spiritual items as well. So that's kind of something that I stand for, as far as dealing in the category of mental health and helping people overcome themselves and get through this battle that we all tend to go through. So yeah.
See, that's something I really like to preach about on here, is mental health awareness. Especially because I'm black. I try not to put, say I'm African American, because America's...
Yeah, I mean, it's obvious, so I'm pretty sure they get it.
Yeah, but
yeah, definitely.
As far as being into the spiritual side of life, because I feel like that's a topic. This episode is gonna be good, because I feel like this is a topic that needs to be talked about, but gets swept under the rug for a lot of reasons.
Definitely, especially when it comes to like household families and stuff like that, or just you not being able to talk about it with like
that's the main place to start saying.
Right. Not being able to talk about it with the people that you kind of, love the most, if that makes sense. We all tend to like suffer alone, basically.
Yeah.
Especially in the black community, so you were right about that.
And I'm not just saying this, just in the black community, because I know everybody suffers from mental health awareness, mental health in some way, shape, or form. But just in our sense of light, it was something that's just been programmed in us for so long. It's hard to kind of get it back on track. Like it really starts with us in this generation right now, because we're taking that initiative to understand like what it means to not be loved correctly, what it means to not be heard, you know what I'm saying? Like stuff like that. So how do you take the time to not only be a spiritual advisor to people, because we'll get into that in a second, but how do you spiritually advise yourself?
Myself, yeah, that's a good one. How do I spiritually advise myself? A lot of times I will isolate myself, and when I do that, it's not a reflection of the people around me, as in I don't have people that care for me, that love me, but with me doing energy work and with me also trying to focus on myself, better myself as a person. Like, a part of that self-care is taking time out to myself and to isolate myself so that I can separate my energy from the people around me, especially those who are like empaths. We tend to kind of absorb the people's energy around us, and like you have to take the time to just sit with yourself, figure out what energy is yours, like what's not yours, and once you realize what's not yours, you kind of, decipher it away and release that emotion that you are feeling, and then you begin to ask yourself questions as far as how are you, you know what I'm saying? Just simply ask yourself how are you, and be honest with yourself within that conversation, because that's all that you can do in order to kind of heal and keep pushing. Because at the end of the day, we all go through it. We all go through the mental health. We all feel like we're isolated and alone, but it's about what you do in that process of being alone that kind of helps as the process go, Yeah.
That was beautifully explained. Now I have to play, I ain't gonna say devil's advocate, but I have to throw a curve in there. Like, you can sit with yourself, you can start journaling, you can start grounding. It's a lot of things that you can do, yourself. But the hardest thing that I've seen that I guess comes with the healing process that people seem to like take fucking ever to come out of is they it's hard for them to take accountability
right. Ooh,
for
accountability
what's
is a
actually
big
going
one.
on.
Oh my gosh,
The
especially
situation.
right, especially if it's you, like if you're putting yourself in like through certain patterns, where it's like you realize procrastination for one. Like it's different areas of your life where you're kind of not necessarily taking that accountability, you know, for the people that you have in your life, the kind of energy that you subject yourself to through music, through television, through the things that you're kind of like processing throughout the day, through our diet. I know diet is a hard one for us within the Black community.
Terrible.
And I don't mean
Terrible.
yeah, so it's like, yeah, it's a lot of stuff that comes to play as a whole as to why we go through our depressive states or moments or times where we do feel like there's a need. And I feel like for me, this is a personal, like because of my beliefs and my belief system and what I stand for, but I am a firm believer in cleansing and clearing my aura. I feel like it's a necessary thing to do, because if you don't focus on the fact that we do have energy, we are energy beings, and it's like everything we do is work through a currency of energy, you begin to kind of be able to manipulate that energy in your favor, which then ties into like things like manifestations and manifesting life that you want for yourself, manifesting the friendships that you want for yourself, people who you can call like your soul family and like your home family, you know, like yeah, it's a lot that plays a part, and it's easier said than done, of course.
Yeah,
Very
that's why I
easier
say
said than
like
done.
when it come down to the responsibility of yourself and the things that you made a decision on doing, it's like you start to question yourself like, well, why is this continues to happen?
Right.
Well, you made a decision on it to happen, first
Right.
of all. So
There's always that agreement, whether it's verbal or even through
mental, yeah, like you have the thoughts that you think of, they can manifest their way into happening too. You don't have to verbally say something just for it to happen, you know what I'm saying? And like you were talking about how currency and energy and how we're energy beings, like I know a lot of people, the woke folk, as they like to be called, but I call it being just self-aware.
Right.
I don't say I'm woke. I'm just self-aware. So the numbers that you see, the 111, 555, you know, all that type stuff.
It's 23 right there on your thing, and I'm only seeing 23. So yeah.
My number, a number I resonate with is 17. But when you see the numbers, like I think of it like this is how I guess I put it together to make it make sense to me. Is whenever you get on a radio station, it's always like 3 numbers for you to get to a particular station, or 4. It don't go no. It don't ever go no higher, no lower. So it's like when you get to when you channel that certain a certain channel, it comes on the radio, you vibe to it, you know what energy is gonna give you. It has a certain hurt to it, to, you know, keep you upbeat. So I think of the synchronized numbers in that same light, like what way do I need to channel myself to understand whatever coding, whatever message is being said.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
It's funny you mentioned that. I'm into like geometric coding and stuff. I'm a coder, so I also like to what I consider like code the matrix, which is like through my daily life. I just pay attention to like the signs that is being given. Pay attention to just certain things that you're seeing, whether it's animals, like every single thing.
Like red robins, stuff like that. Crows, certain things.
Crows is a big one. Crows for me is a big omen for like, it could be vice versa. It could mean like signifying change, or also like a warning for something, or a warning for you to like shift. Like again, like you were mentioning with that frequency, like sometimes you can surround yourself around certain people, or like we tend to surround ourselves around a certain energy, and because you're on that energy wave, you're kind of like pulling in chaos, I guess is the best way to explain it. And we all tend to do it, you know? But yeah.
For me, I try to not necessarily control what happens, because a lot of things are outside of your control.
Right, that's
like
that's
life in general is outside of your control. But the things that you do within it, the decisions that you make, the people that you surround yourself with, all the things that make you who you are on a daily are all within your control. Like, if something in life has it to where you're supposed to bump heads with such and such on this day, you can code yourself to where that won't even happen. That person will come to you first, you know what I'm saying? But it's all a matter of how you choose to channel yourself. You know what I'm saying?
To meet that energy, basically. Yeah, like knowing how to understand the energy and then like maneuver around it, or like
basically like manipulate it to your advantage.
Yeah, to your advantage, right?
Not to your benefit.
Oh
manipulate
yeah,
it to your advantage.
I do that a lot. Yeah, it's definitely a power of ours that we should take possession of. Just understanding that.
But the biggest thing with the spiritual and the tapping into self-awareness is also the idea of religion. Because a lot of people will find a way to mix it in. They'll find a way to separate the both completely. You know what I'm saying? Some people still be kind of like
on your belief system.
Some people still be stuck between the two. Like I'm kind of in here, but I go to church on Sundays and stuff like that. But on the weekdays, I'm finna give you goddamn tarot readings and shit. Like, it's the idea of like really being able to take the responsibility of what comes with being self-aware.
Right. It's your version of like your reality, your truth.
People, it's a scary thing though, because that's when you run into those like hurdles of your parents not being on the same level, because I go through that. Shit. It's a lot with family, but
like being like the black sheep, basically. Like the one that's like you looked at as like the outsider or like the outcast. It's like you don't really fit in. I feel like most of those type of people be like chosen, and I feel like it's chosen within their own way. Like you're different for a reason. It was always in your blueprint to be different, and so it's like. With that being said, it's like you go within, you start to figure out yourself, and then embrace that, like all of those versions without judgment, because I feel like we tend to judge ourselves a lot. So it's like, regardless of religion, belief, whatever background that you have, that's okay. Like as long as on a vibrational level you're vibrating with love and compassion towards others, I feel like we all still unite as a whole, I feel like they tend to want to separate us to create that friction and that negative energy, and not realize that we are not the enemy, like amongst each other. We're not the enemy. Like we're not each other's enemy,
Now, how long ago did like the universe choose you to be a light? Like how long has your journey been?
I feel like it ties back to like for me, this as far as my belief system, I believe in like reincarnation and things like that, right? And so for me, I feel like it's like a more so of it's like for me, I feel like it's just dependent on your background as far as like your lineage. You know what I mean? I feel like that plays a major part. So at times, I feel like we are placed in certain families to like literally break that generational curse. So it's like it depends on how you're necessarily looking at it. It's not that we were chosen, we just always were, meaning that you always have vibrated on that love and light energy to where you can be looked at as like noble, I feel like that's what it's mainly about. And not everybody has that compassion or that ability to love unconditionally. Like most of us, we don't know what unconditional love really is,
Oh boy, you said something with that one. Damn, I was gonna have another crazy. You said unconditional love. Yeah. Ooh yeah. That's something I talk about a lot in my daily, like how people don't, how a lot of people are deserving, but how far back the unconditional love gap began, like when it stopped and once it kicked on to like our parents' parents and shit, and then they kind of just came down to us, like they didn't get that shit. So how are we gonna get it? So for us,
I'm listening.
like for us, it's like how can you show that love to somebody else? Show it to your kids. Show it to yourself.
Right.
When growing up, you do what you see. You know what I'm saying? Like
through patterns and through habits.
Yeah, like you don't
it's
see.
It's like yeah, I understand exactly what
like
you're saying.
trying to give your mom a hug or some shit. I don't want no hug.
Right.
I don't want no kids and nothing like that. So you trying to go into showing love to
Right. Okay. So it's a difference between okay. It's unconditional love does not mean that you have to keep someone within your energy space. You know what I mean? So it's like as you just grow and through just different relationships and different people, it doesn't matter like necessarily who it is. As you kind of adjust and you begin to grow on different levels and you're rising your vibrations and you're trying your best to display those types of unconditional love to people, it's like you have to understand who to give it to. It's not that you don't have it, but to understand when to protect it, or when to protect your energy and
your
ability of being an empath. Oh, trust me, I'm already
like it get hard because
I'm already
like your energy just resonates. Like damn, it's like I gotta give this. You know, you can't help it. You know what I'm saying?
Continue to always do you until your moment of whenever you feel like either it showed display of that person changed through the ability to see your unconditional love, or either you adjust to the fact of understanding that whatever energy is occurring, it's like a cycle of it. You know, like it's important to pay attention to the cycles and to not be like, I'm hearing the word, I don't want to say naive, but to like focus on the red, like to pay attention to the red flags with certain people. You don't have to distance yourself forever, but you don't also have to subject yourself to that type of energy. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't matter who it is.
That love shit get tricky, man.
Yeah.
When it's like you can break it down in so many ways, but it's like when it comes down to certain moments, and that's damn near like all you got. You know what I'm saying, to hold on to it in love sense. It's like you'll damn near do as much as you don't want to do it. It's just like it resonates in you to like, I got to. Because I understand that this person may not show this love to me, but let me at least show this love to this person, because maybe they'll understand, like, I can show this love back. I don't have to take this love for granted, you know what I'm saying? So it's always, that's why I understand in some cases why people try to, like, hold on to certain things, because, like, man, if I show them, like, I'm not here to harm you, I'm not here to do anything outside of, but love you, care for you, support you, like, maybe they'll grasp this, but some people just have it so programmed in their mind that don't exist.
Definitely.
It's like
they will forever trauma project on you.
They're gonna always protect their belief. Like I can't.
Their version of reality of how they view how they view others. Like you have to be very mindful of those type of people, because you will give your love. You will drain yourself basically trying to continuously give a person love that did not receive it the first time it was gave. And I feel like that ties into the more that you go down that journey of like self-love, you begin to set boundaries with yourself and your version of your self-love. What do I deserve? You begin to start asking yourself like the questions of basically you understanding that your energy deserves to be reciprocated. You know what I mean? Like we deserve to feel that, and sometimes you don't. Like again, when I was mentioning about like calling in like your soul family and stuff, a lot of times it takes for us to remove certain things out of our life. Like for instance, you get fired from a job, and then next thing you know, you got a promotion, or I mean not a promotion, but you get hired at another job that's even better than like your last one. Sometimes it takes for something to be removed in order for you to receive. You know, you have to be willing to let go. And I feel like with our generation, a lot of us suffer with codependency issues because we kind of grew up in an environment where maybe like love could have not been shown to some. It's like you constantly want that approval from your parents to the point where you subconsciously grow up to want approval from others as well, and it's like you would do anything to like necessarily like seek that approval and
to be seen. You just want to be seen
and heard.
You know
and it's like it's not a bad thing at all. It's not a bad thing, but it's just understanding when to put that boundary up with yourself as far as like understanding what you deserve. So it's like I'm willing to wait and kind of harvest my love for the person who is meant to receive it, if that makes sense, you know?
It's like, but in those moments when you really like need that love from that particular person, how do you learn to be okay with that you can't get that? That's my thing.
Yeah.
Like, when I need that, when I need a hug or a kiss from my mama or some shit like that, and like you can't just really get that on a basis or a consistency when you just really like need that shit. That shit hit you because like, where else the fuck I'm gonna get it from?
Right.
I can't give it to myself.
That,
you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I only say that because like I lost my pops like a couple years back. So when it comes to
yeah, I was looking at that.
Yeah, so with like having that or have having, it's like that's the only person that you have left. Your grandparents,
it's
you know,
funny.
dad.
It's
so
funny because I was gonna mention to you too. Like I know our generation, we have this bad of like we don't really know how to pray, you know. And I was gonna tell you to pray. So it's funny how you mentioned about your dad, and a lot of times we don't realize just how much the spiritual side of things like have us as far as being able to give you that comfort and love that you need. Like I believe in like the Cosmo and Wanda theories as far as like us having cosmic parents and stuff, people that are on the other side to like guide us and things like that. So I feel that it's like you have to understand what energy you're feeling, being okay with at that moment suffering with that energy, but then being vulnerable enough to ask out for help as far as to remove like help. Like sometimes we just do need the help of being able to remove certain obstacles out of our life, or it's like praying, like you having to like pray a certain type of energy off of you because it is just that like suffering, if that makes sense. And it's like divine will like push you to a point of surrender, and like we all have to go through it. And I know that there are people out there who like understand as far as understand exactly like what's being said, you know what I mean? Like
some of them days they get challenging. And some of them days get hard. Some days you just don't want to say. You don't want to say nothing. Some days you just want to be held and just like, baby, it's okay.
Yeah.
Like you gonna get through this. If ain't nobody else gonna do it, you're gonna like. You don't want to hear that shit from nobody else, but like that your mama, your grandma.
Right.
But when you can't get that, it's like. Yeah, you can tap into your mental side, but I'm still a physical being.
Right, I was just about to say the reality perspective is like the reality.
I'm still a physical being.
Right, that you feel that, like, you know, yeah, that's definitely true, because we do. And, like, we have those moments where you can't do nothing to shake that energy, you just feel it, and that's okay. Surrender to that, you know what I mean? Be compassionate with yourself in that moment. That's all you can do. That's all we can do.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm, like, gaining to learn. Like, overseas, I was reading a book on compassion, and, like, it even talked about how at some points in life, like, you just give yourself a hug. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, it's okay to just hug yourself.
Right.
Like,
I was thinking, I was like,
you
go
know
hug
what
the
I'm
tree. It had been plenty of times I didn't like just hug the tree out the strength of I needed that hug, you know, and it was just calling to me. And you'd be surprised at how healing things like that is, you know.
Something. You gotta think. Motherfucker be like, boy, somebody see me, boy, motherfucker hugging a tree, boy. You okay? You okay, big dog?
How are you going?
You going through some shit?
I have to look around like, dang, somebody looking.
Yeah, you going through something? I wait for it to rain or some shit. Just go sit in the rain. Go hugging a tree,
yeah. Rain is very healing as well. Rain is very healing.
They gonna probably think I'm on shrooms bad, boy.
Yeah.
Oh, he didn't.
Shrooms will do it to you.
He didn't hit it. I ain't never tried them.
Yeah.
But I might give him, I don't know. We'll see. But we finna dig a little bit deeper into some more of this spiritual talk, because I got some ideas on I'm talking about some conspiracies.
The conspiracies is fun. We can do that.
So I know y'all like y'all conspiracy theories. This theorists out there. This is y'all kind of conversation, so stick around. Yeah. So don't go nowhere. We're gonna be back with more of the Black Currency Exchange.
My black is beautiful, just like our black is beautiful. All of us as a culture, my black is beautiful because there's nothing like a melanated being, period. I don't care. It's something about us. We got the swag, we got the intelligence, we got the vibe, we have the spirituality of it. We are the original people. All great ideas come from us, and we inspire everybody and everything. Anything created great on this planet started with the black person. And that's how I know my black is beautiful.
Another 24 hours. How do you use yours? Do you spend it laying in the bed, scrolling on your phone, looking up the latest gossip and other people's business, or even on the couch watching other people's dreams instead of your own? Be inspired. Get on Pinterest and Instagram and look up new ideas. You'd be surprised what unfolds in your mind. If you're on Facebook, share your friend's business. It's easy. Just hit the share button with some emojis. Start that podcast you've been wanting to start so bad because you have so much to say but no platform. Create your own and read that book that's been collecting dust since you got it. Paper is a keeper of written knowledge. Oh yeah, and don't forget about that clothing brand. All I'm saying is, you have 24 hours to be great. How will you use yours?
And we back. More the Black Currency Exchange show that girl on Neo. So I know we're talking about conspiracy theories. Is what we're gonna pick up at. So the first thing that I want to talk about is this submarine they went to go see the Titanic. I think I just talked about this on episode 3. I was talking about the Titanic, how it wasn't the Titanic, it was called the Olympia. And it was done off of like a kind of an insurance claim by J.P. Morgan. So the billionaire thing, that's one thing. Going into the deeper parts of the ocean, that's another thing. My thoughts that I've always just resonated with me is that the deeper depths of the ocean is just a continuation of what the sky is.
Right. Yeah, as above, so below, basically. I agree with you on that.
So theorist wise,
my version.
Yeah. Do you?
I would say I am a firm believer in like distractions as well. So I feel like a lot of times like they'll come up with these type of like exotic stories to kind of like fish everybody in to talk about it at once, and it's like meanwhile it's like real world things like going on as far as like even within your own communities, or you know, not even just our own communities, dealing with I'm really big into, oh my gosh, I don't know, should I get into it, should I not get into it?
Talk about it. That's what the show is for.
Right, so like I'm real big on like sex trafficking and stuff like that, as far as like them taking our people, and it's just like them distracting us from I'm real big on believing in extraterrestrials as well. I'm firm on that, and so like I feel like at times they're distracting us from things that are like going on in the sky by making us being like inside, kind of cooped up on electronics, like kind of like looking into your social media and your phone, all engaging in one thing at one time, you know. And so like that's something that I try to be mindful with when it comes to like the stories and stuff. But as far as like you speaking on the depths of like the ocean, I truly believe that as well. And I like getting into the Antarctica theory as well, as far as like what's past the wall. And
yeah, you talking about the ice wall?
Yeah.
Yeah. What is your theory
As far as
on, is the earth round
Mhm.
or is it flat?
I believe the earth is flat.
Oh. We finna bother some feathers, but I hope this go viral somewhere. A flat earth theorist. Oh boy, that's your ass.
I do, you know. I
Please
definitely do.
tell me why you feel that way.
I feel it because, logically speaking, even from
Please talk to me.
From when I was younger, this is my
Mhm.
childhood thought. You know, I used to be like, well, if the earth is round, how is everything able to stay? Like, you mean to tell me you got trees at the bottom of the earth, at the top of the earth, on the side of the earth? Like, how we here? You know what I'm saying? Like, how are we able to through gravity? Right, they tell you gravity. Who's to say gravity is even real? Like I feel like that if flat earthers.
At some point, somebody would have fell into space. At some point.
Something, but seriously though, I definitely believe in flat earth. I feel like the sun's reflection kind of gives it its own kind of facts to it. Rainbows. I feel like the way that if you just pay attention to how mirrors the sun or light reflects on the mirrors versus how it reflects.
It's
on
just
the
like
sky.
it's just like how it reflects off of a diamond.
Right, and then those of you who are you read the Bible and you're into religion and stuff like that. In the beginning of the Bible, it speaks about how God placed the firmament over he basically created the lands and he created the waters, and he look at me. He basically created the land and separated the land to, you know what I'm saying, create the waters and then put a dome over it, put the firmament over it. And so it's if you really dissect that, it explains it in there. A lot of cartoons and different things like that kind of expose it in its own way. So it's I don't know, I guess it just again depends on your belief and necessarily your viewpoint on it and what you think, because I get deep with it as far as who's to say that gravity is even real? Who's to say that anything that NASA has told us is real? And then that goes back to the coding that we were speaking on, and we begin to break down these root words of these companies and stuff like that. It gets deeper, you know.
Because it made me think when it even come with weather change.
Mm-hmm. Right.
There's a place I want to say it's called Hart or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
That they make clouds and all this other shit.
Right.
And clouds that rain cause condensation, all this other stuff. But it makes me think before all this technology, before people figured out how to manipulate things, what natural weather actually felt like.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Definitely. I feel like it was a lot more calmer than what is going on now today. I feel like a lot of catastrophic things are done by them manipulating certain things, manipulating the elements and different things like that. And I also feel like some of it is due to literal natural disasters, as far as Mother Nature being upset and her kind of fighting back in a sense. I guess that's the best way that I can really explain it. It's like a war, that goes into another topic on its own. It's funny that you even mentioned about the weather, because I was just listening to that Codex album. It came out about 5 years ago with him and 2 other people.
Breezy and Black.
Yeah, he was speaking about the weather. He also was speaking about Trump, and it's just funny to me how Trump supposedly at a point in time was trying to help him get out of prison, I believe. And
Yeah,
so
that's
it's
how. Trump helped him wrote something.
Right, and so it's for me, I'm a theorist on that as well, as far as I don't believe that the Kodak that we're seeing now is the real Kodak, you know? I don't think so.
So do you think a lot of the people that we see now are...
Right, I feel like a lot of people...
They've taken the real person and
definitely.
kept them captivated, and they're giving us somebody else to just keep the people entertained.
Right, and in the meantime, they're harvesting these people's energies, as in putting their songs out, kind of trying to paint them in the image of being destructive, hoodlums, basically. You know what I mean? Especially in the rap industry, when it comes to how many of them actually be in and out of jail and prison, and how they're kind of defamed in the spotlight. I feel like a lot of times, again, it's just like an energy harvesting technique for them, you know, and it goes so much deeper. Like I was saying, I don't know how, like me, I'm real deep in it as far as like my belief system. Everything for me, when I talk, it goes back to like the children and like again, like with the sex trafficking and stuff like that. And so that's like a big topic for me as far as like something that I feel like within our communities we should talk about more, we should discuss more, we should get into it more as far as like finding ways to like kind of like defend ourselves, if that makes sense, like becoming more aware of it so that you can then know how to conquer that energy or like eat it in a sense.
Do you believe do you believe that people sacrifice other people for fame?
I definitely do.
Do you feel like it's at an all-time high now?
Yes, I definitely do.
And before you kind of expound on that, at these concerts, do you feel like they're energy harvesting?
Yeah, I spoke on something about that on my YouTube.
Like the Travis Scott concerts, the Blue Uzi Vert concerts, the more people they have, the more energy they have.
Beyonce is one as well. Like when she did that world tour, I dreamed about that before she even did. I dreamed of like her like opening portals and like we were in my dreams be wild, but I definitely believe that they energy harvest really badly in concerts. That Travis Scott one was very wild, very, very wild. I don't know what to say about that, to be honest.
Do you feel that, and you can speak on it or not, the takeoff situation?
I spoke like.
Do you feel like that was a
sacrifice?
A accident? Just something going wrong, or do you feel like that was a better way to elevation, higher fame?
Definitely that as well. I spoke about that in my YouTube as well. Neo is like I said, I'm a medium for that type of situation. It's not anything that I had a calling for. It kind of called me, if that makes sense. It's a type of gift that I honestly, it's a lot to bear, if that makes sense. And so it's like a lot of things that on my end, through my reality, that I see. And things like, as far as like I said, I'm a coder, and so like I kind of like to break down a lot of things. I can break it down on the physical, as far as like the people who need the physical proof, as to through, say for instance, I can take a song on an album and put it into the geometry and basically get a whole like word list, and I can decipher it and basically code through the word as far as like what's being said about the situation. And so I have that way of being able to show proof. And for my spiritualist believers, I also tap into the spiritual realm of it when I feel called to. Like again, it's a calling. It's not anything that I would ever willingly like tap into, if that makes sense. But it's like when you become more sensitive to the world, I'm a firm believer in the fact that we all have gifts as well, you know. I truly believe that. I truly believe that we are all superheroes around here. So it's like when you become more sensitive to this planet and to this earth, like for me, I can just go and like maybe even touch something and get like a whole visual of like its history, its past life. It's like a version of being connected with this realm and with the earth, which is what we're all kind of leading back to anyway. Like I feel like a lot of us are kind of going back to our roots and where we originated from, not just on this planet, but as like universal beings, as like cosmo beings, you know what I mean? Like it goes past even this earth realm to me, you know? So yeah.
What's the craziest like spiritual or empathic moment you've had that you don't mind sharing?
I've had a lot of crazy encounters. I'm gonna try to do something that's like a little light, but well. Which one do I want to talk about? I have a lot of experiences. Okay, so I guess I'll take the time to share this experience as far as when I feel like I met, and I'm gonna say it like this because I am a firm believer that we all create our own image of him through what we perceive him to be, and then I will also explain my what happened as far as him revealing what I feel to be his nature. And it's around the time that I first started like tapping into my meditation abilities and being able to like astral travel and different things like that. And I have this like sacred area, because I have multiple, but I have this sacred area that I tend to go to, and my imaginative state is very active. I guess you could say it's kind of like a child, like how children imagine things and different things like that. So it's like, to me, I feel like I'm there. So I was met by what I considered, I know this is gonna sound so wild, y'all can, it is what it is, it's for who it's for and it ain't for who it's not for, disclaimer. But basically I met, like, it's kind of like the movie, I think it's like Nadia or something like that, when they would go into the closet and like the
Chronicles of Narnia.
Yeah, it's the lion man, the one, like he looked just like him, and I was sitting in my meditative state in the water, and he kind of like tapped me on my shoulder, and I looked back and I was able to see him in his form. And it was like this. It's almost like he instantly like teleported me to like a certain place. And like I said, I'm real big into the extraterrestrials and different things like that. And so I also have my experience with those. You can check that out on my TikToks, and I talk about all type of things. But basically, I was sent to this room, and I remember also seeing like the cafeteria area. Like, it's almost like I was able to see the whole display of like what the ship was to be, I guess I should say. And it's like, I remember going up to this area, and when I got there, to me it depicted, like I said, my version of what I would see him to be. And he was a black man with the hair, and I basically, how to put it, I connected his energy with being the one who we call Yahweh, or Jesus for some people, and different things like that. And the only thing he said to me was, "Do you know who you are?" And I was like, "No." And he asked me again, "Do you know who you are?" And I was like, "No." And he asked me again, and I said yes this time. And this time that I said yes, it almost felt like the activation for me, if that makes sense. And basically, I remember saying, "I understand that we tend to see you how we would like to see you," but I asked his natural state as to what he looks like. And the only thing that was displayed or shown to me was like just a light, like we're like light beings, literally. Once you vibrate at like a certain energy or like a certain level, it's like you just from the inside display like a very, very bright aura and light. And so that to me is an experience that always stuck with me. I always kept it to myself. I said when it's the right time to reveal, I will reveal. But yeah, I just felt called to say that, and again, the believers.
It's crazy how I just envision all that.
Too. Yeah, definitely. In that,
like everything you just said, like I just watched it just play in my head.
It's real. It's real. You feel me? Like, and that's you can be able to decipher and see it, because it's almost like I was mentioning to you, and I said I can go to certain places and like to certain things and see like the history of it. It's like when you activate that imaginative state, they as kids, when you go through school systems and stuff like that, they make you sit in a row at a desk, you have to do everything according to rules. Like, they break you away from your freedom of being able to like express yourself and get to understand yourself, who you are, what you stand for, what you like, what you don't like, being able to actually learn things that you enjoy to learn versus something that you're necessarily forced to learn. And so it's like they strip our creativity and our imaginative state away from us to the point where it becomes inactive, like, and they want you like that because that's kind of like closing off that third eye. Like, you can't see anymore. Like, you're not able to see past this physical.
You see their reality of
right
what the world
exactly.
is.
Like, yeah, it's like literally the Matrix, which is, it ties into me calling myself Unonio. Like, that name was, I feel, given to me, and I also claim it as my own. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like for me, I always wanted to stand for someone who kind of like just, I feel like just open up a doorway and just like let all my people free type vibe. You know what I mean? So it's like I always want to stand for something, and anything that I like when I'm talking, I like to contribute to truth, and I feel like we don't do that enough. We tend to have conversations that it's better to just not even have. Like, you tend to engage in like gossip or mess or what the next celebrity's doing, with the next basketball player, football player, like just with the like you.
They keep up with that. They keep with other people's life more than theirs.
Literally,
life being shambles, and you trying to goddamn keep up with fucking Ice Spice. God damn, I be so sick of that shit, bro. Fuck. Go read a book. Y'all don't read no more. Y'all just get on Facebook.
As a matter of fact, I got a book to offer. It's called The 4 Agreements, and it's so good, y'all. Y'all should definitely read that.
Yeah, go read that shit. Yeah, leave.
I can't.
Get off social media for a while and go beyond what y'all feel reality is. You know what I'm saying? Go take yourself on a date. You
For
feel
real,
me?
oh, that's a big one, and that's something that I want to get into better as well. It's like that self-care, you know? That's a big one.
Because it plays into your mental health. Because
Right.
like it kind of ties back into the unconditional love. Because you can't ask or want somebody to love you in this certain way or certain aspect of
Right,
whatever
and you're
fuck
not giving
you
yourself
painted.
that, right?
Yeah, you can't even give it to your goddamn
Yeah,
self.
it's
And
like
when you
in
give
order
it to
for you-
yourself, people are kind of getting big-headed about it.
Yeah.
Look, you big-headed motherfucker. Don't get big-headed just because you can do it for yourself. It's okay that somebody can do it too.
Right.
Come together and do
Right.
it together.
Right.
Shit. People, oh, you don't make enough money for me. You gotta cash at me to talk to me. Motherfucker, you probably can't even hold a conversation with a
For
bag
real,
of water.
Like, ain't got nothing to offer, but ready to like want
Wanna take your
someone to
money.
contribute to you. That's yeah.
Gas is $3.
Yeah, definitely. We don't understand each other's struggle enough. Like, you know, we tend to just come into a person's life expecting them to naturally give to you without, sometimes you're not understanding enough of how an energy exchange between a person is more valuable than a person being able to, like, give you material, if that makes sense. So, like, that's something that us as women, I feel like we have to watch out for, because you're still subjecting yourself to, like, certain energies through just a simple form of you, like, wanting to receive something, you know? And we tend to get ourselves caught up in, like, maybe, like, certain situations or things that is not healthy for you or your aura due to, you know, you just going off the physical, I guess.
I get on my story, I see more butt cheeks. Then I see
It's
business
okay.
posts.
It's okay for a little butt cheeks, but, like, long as they
Nah,
ain't
it'd
too much.
be too many. I was like, damn, do y'all not do anything else? Like,
I guess.
y'all ain't show no business cards. You ain't trying to turn your booty into a business. Like, goddamn, you just showing it to everybody for free.
Yeah.
Don't mind me. I just be talking, cause it's my shit. So you know, I just. But if whoever it resonate with, if you ruffle your feathers, you wonder why Elroy and them, and then Uncle them in your goddamn DMs.
Oh my god.
Cause you showing your ass every goddamn day. Your little coochie print. I'm so tired of that shit. Go put a dress on and I bet those standards are gonna be like, I can approach her like, what's up, shorty? Nah, you got, hey, how you doing? You doing okay today? I'll let take you out and stuff like that. Now, you wonder why goddamn little boo boo them and your shit.
You're not little boo boo now.
But anywho, what are your social handles?
He said
So
my-
people can follow you on TikTok.
Oh, my TikTok is uno.neo144. My Instagram is uno.neo144 as well. That's uno.neo. My YouTube, Uno Neo. My Facebook, Uno Neo as well. And I also
Y'all better go follow Uno Neo.
Right. I also have a expanded awareness page as well for those who are wanting to get into that. I kind of talk about controversial topics on there, or just like it's kind of like you can post different things. Like it's active for the community to, like, you know,
So
post
you have a
things and
community
share
on
knowledge. Share knowledge together. Yeah. Yeah, I delete a lot of people though, because it's like I like it to be active. You know, I want it to be active. I don't want just like watchers. You know what I mean? Like, it's okay to watch too. That's fine, but
You need them to be active and
Right.
interact.
Right.
I feel that.
still an energy thing. Energy exchange, that's all. Nothing personal.
What can people be looking forward to you, like coming up content wise?
Coming up content
On the spiritual awareness page, like what can they be hoping to look for the future?
I am getting more into my, like, I kind of dabble into a little bit of some of this and some of that. So I do my readings. I do actual spiritual readings. I also like to, when I feel called to, kind of talk about mental health, and I am all about women empowerment as well. So like I want to get into basically speaking to my ladies more and just helping us rise ourselves as women and as a collective, because you know they need us out here. So
hey, thanks. You need y'all. Women are important.
Definitely.
I don't care what the fuck I just said. Right. Women are like vital to men's well-being, children's well-being, because y'all are the nurturers of the world. Like y'all are what keep us around. Hell, y'all goddamn bring us into the world. Like without y'all, shit, ain't no us. It would just be y'all.
Clap for yourself, cause yeah.
But no, man, this has been a good episode, because I wanted to talk a lot about the spiritual awareness side, because we get talking about being woke folk, but I think people kind of just get it misconstrued that you just becoming more aware of the understanding, you know what I'm saying, what people are scared to question it, like, you know what I'm saying. So I appreciate you sharing your thoughts and, you know, giving people a little bit of who you are as a person.
And I appreciate you giving me the opportunity to be able to share my thoughts.
No doubt. But make sure that y'all stay subscribed. If you're not subscribed, hit that notification bell so whenever it drop, y'all get notified. Like literally, all it takes is a couple seconds to subscribe.
Right, and hit that like button.
That's it.
That's all you gotta do.
Comment, you know what I'm saying? You know, ABC 1 2 3. You know what I'm saying? I'll comment back. But you know, I just need, like she said, I need y'all to interact, man. You know what I'm saying? Let me know that y'all messing with the show, y'all loving the network, y'all loving the content. So I can keep driving. I'm gonna keep driving anyway, cause y'all here. So y'all ain't going nowhere. We here. But with that being said, man, it's been another great episode of the Black Currency Exchange. So episode 4, season 3. You already know, man. Episode 5 coming next. Stay tuned for the end of the season. I'm gonna try to have a surprise, man, because we 3 seasons deep, right? We 3 seasons deep. So I'm gonna try to have a surprise by the end of the season. But until then, stay goddamn subscribed, stay tuned in, follow Uno Neo, and we going off this motherfucker.